What's going on, my dream team? Dave back at you with the brand new, and literally brand new, not just for this year but forever, Panini Legacy Football. New product. It did replace Classics this year. There you go. Try to get that camera to focus a little bit better. And it's been, what I would say, interesting. So the nice thing is you're getting 2 autos per box. If this is your first time checking this out, I won't ruin too much from what I've seen. But this is the Classics replacement. But I kind of like how Panini is, running with a product for a few years and then they'll switch it up to something different. I just hope that the classic products like Prism and Contenders and things like that don't go away. So here's what we got. 16 packs, 8 in each. This box will run you about $80-85. I do believe that this pack or this box will be the box at the National, where you're probably talking, like, my guess would be it's between around the $60 mark. I think you'll be able to find it at the National for $60. So if you like it and you're going to the National, I would not buy some now and wait until then. Anyways, 2 autos per box, and we've got some hot boxes potentially to go after. I think Pac-Man got one, and he got 4 in his. So I will say right away to start things off, I'm not a huge fan of this draft class. My camera's all over the place. Sorry, I was messing with some settings earlier, so this video may be a little wonky with it in out. But I'm not a huge fan of this draft class. I really don't think there's a ton of studs when it comes to the quarterbacks. Probably a really good receiver class, and then linemen. So a lot of this stuff I'm not going to sit on too long, because I don't think it has the value of the class the last couple of years. But we'll still open a bunch of 2019 this year, don't worry. So we got Dalton, Darnold, Nick Chubb, and then in case you want to see the back, so it's kind of got a nice mix of like the older classics. I mean, that's what the back reminds me of, but a nice new, fresh, updated look with some pretty decent photos. And then Charlie Joyner insert, and we have a Randy Moss, most touchdown catches in the season. If you hear that noise, I actually have my iPad next to me, and I'm pretty sure Lindsay's trying to FaceTime me. Oops, sorry, babe. And then each pack will also have 2 rookies. So we've got Paris Campbell and Gary Jennings Jr. All right. Looks like my focus is going to be all wonky for this whole video. So my apologies. Just focus on the good stuff right here. Breida, Melvin Gordon III, Derek Carr, Darius Slay, Marino insert, Elway, number to 299, and then Harmon, and having a tough time catching the light on these names, Jeffrey Simmons. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not get a chance this year to watch the whole draft. Normally every year I watch the whole draft religiously, that's my thing. However, this year NFL Draft Weekend was the weekend Avengers Endgame released, and Lindsay and I have had a tradition since we started going out where we see every Marvel movie together. So I actually had to travel home to go see that with her. I make it sound like it's a bad thing. I got to, and didn't get a chance to watch the draft because it was that weekend, and I was not going to wait to have the movie ruined for me by waiting a week or two. Gas now is our insert, and then we got a Trubisky. Good. Thought that was a Cutler for a second as like one of the legacy cards or legends. And then Marquise Brown and Dexter Lawrence. What else is really interesting that at least I've seen so far, I don't know if it's a real thing, but if you are lucky enough to get a veteran RPA, I think it's all in their college uni, at least from what I've seen, which I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of. Everybody always wants it in the pro uniform. But we'll see if that holds true. Jermaine Edmonds, Joe Montana, George Kittle, legacy. Definitely had a crazy year last year. We got Julian Love. And potentially the Patriots' future at quarterback, Jared Stidham. Who knows? Brady may end up playing for another 5 years. So this one feels to be a little bit thicker. And I've yet to see any filler cards in any of the boxes I've seen opened. So let's see, but this may actually be one of those chromium cards. That is one nice thing that they kept, was the chrome cards. All right, Jimmy G, Gronk, Chris Carson, and we got a Dak Legacy Chrome. So Young Buddy, or I guess Prism is what they're calling it. That's going in your pile, Cowboys pile. Kyle Rudolph for the ages. And then Farrell and McLaurin. Farrell went what, number 4 overall to the Raiders. I know that was kind of like a big, whoa, what are they doing? What are they thinking pick? But seems like a lot of times those picks actually end up turning out. Cam Newton, Drew Brees, Winston, Suggs. Oh, there's a nice little Optichrome, Prism, Kyler Murray. Again, I'm really not a big fan of him. I think I don't like his size. He's shorter than Baker was last year, shorter than Breeze, I think, too. But he put up crazy numbers. And if they can utilize him and he can stay healthy, yeah, the dude's got a shot to be fun and electric. He's not somebody that I would invest any long-term value in, and Will Greer there. But that's just my opinion. I am not a quarterback guru. And even if I was Mel Kiper Jr., those guys are wrong all the time anyways. So you kind of take it all with a grain of salt. And you know what? For his sake, I hope I'm wrong. All right, Zeke Elliott. Connor. There we go. There's one for the Brady pile. And the Baker pile. I'm going to start holding on to my Baker base too, and Mahomes, because their cards just seem to sell well. Mahomes number cards, even from 2018, you can get some crazy good prices on those. Billy Joe Dupree, Evan Smith, not numbered, and then let's see, Travis Homer, and Preston Williams. Sorry guys, I know this focus is killing me. It's probably killing you. I'm probably talking about it all the time. It's just making it that much worse for you. Hopefully it's not a sign for the 2019 season. All right, Hopkins, Johnson, Michael Bennings with the Patriots now, Jamal Williams, Leslie O'Neal. We got a green, Dalton to 100. Getting a decent amount of number of cards here. Greedy Williams and Myles Gaskin. As always, you'll notice for both myself and other YouTubers, it'll probably take us at least until we open a few boxes of Elite to get a really good feel who's on what team. Because once they start showing up in their pro unis, it's a lot easier to go, oh yeah, that guy got drafted by that team. Right now you're kind of going off memory from either draft weekend or if you get a hometown team, trying to keep track. Ramsey, Lamar Jackson, Joe Namath. And then we got a Earl Campbell, 46 of 50. Alex Barnes and Noah Fant. So typically what I do with all my rookies is I sit on them for the season. But that means that I also end up with a big stack at the end of the season. And given I only have so much room for storage in my apartment, I need to make room for my 2019 rookies that I sit on. So if you guys have any players from 2018 that you're interested in, drop comments down below, and we can try working out a deal just to see if we can get you those guys and clear up a little space for me. Phillip Rivers, Ozzie Newsome, Drew Brees. One numbered? Nope. We got Tyree Jackson. I think he went undrafted, and Justice Hill. Big dude, big arm, not very accurate. All right, we still have yet to hit an auto. All right. Von Miller, Josh Allen, James White, Bart Scott Prism. and that is a sticker auto of Bart Scott. I will say it's nice to get a legend auto in here and not just rookies. He was a pretty dominant defensive player. I think he spent time with the Ravens and then went to the Jets, if I recall. We'll throw that right there. But it is Optichrome Prism. But I've also noticed lots and lots of sticker autos in this product. So if you're not a fan of sticker autos, probably not your thing. Barry Sanders, Timeless Talents, Kurt Warner, Deebo Samuel, and DeAndre Baker. But I do applaud Panini for doing something different, trying something different, and taking a chance. And if people don't like it, then, they can very easily bring classics back next year. All right, got another Optichrome. Keep calling it Optichrome. I think it's officially supposed to be a Prism. T.Y. Hilton, Dak Prescott, Patty Mahomes, and Mr. Marcus Mariota. Then we get a numbered Trayvon Mullen Jr. I'm not even going to guess where he went in the draft. Jalen Ferguson, DK Metcalf. So again, very similar to classics. You're getting a decent number to numbered cards. Luckily, we don't have to deal with any stickers this year. And frankly, I'm glad there's not any memorabilia cards in here. They're really not that great unless you're getting some that's game used, dirty. Then they're really cool. So it'd be interesting to see if this is a trend that Panini follows, is start working their way out of those memorabilia cards. Freeman, Stills, Justin Tucker, Donta Hightower, Leroy Butler, Michael Irving, Mullen and Snell. And I'll go back through my base pile after the video, make sure I didn't miss any number cards or anything crazy like that. I was in a break last year with Snodzilla breaks. And looks like one's backwards. But yeah, I was in a break last year with Snodzilla breaks. I think it was opening or the release day for Classics, and he didn't even notice one of the Optichromes on the back. Yeah, it was a 101, but didn't know, no one had seen it before, so he got it after the break and posted in the Facebook group. But it's kind of a good reminder with a brand new product, always go back and double check because you don't know what you accidentally missed. Wentz, Lloyd, we got a Rashawn Gary. If you haven't got one of his autos yet, he may be this year's J-Dot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just wait till you pick one up. Devin White and Josh Jacobs. All right, last pack here. This one feels a little thicker, so this is probably another chrome pack. We got a David Montgomery. Ooh, got a little color to that one. See, Jared Goff, Devontae Adams. Adam Humphries has for us, upside down, a blue Marcus Peters. And that is numbered to 50. Walls, Ray Lewis, David Sills. I believe he was the dude that got like a scholarship offer from Lane Kiffin in USC in like 6th grade. And David Montgomery, who could be your rookie of the year this year. All right, so we got our chrome auto in this. We got 2 chrome autos, which I'll give them credit, seems pretty cool. Set that down. That's why we got the brake mat. We can be gentle, face down. All right. I've seen this dude's card a million times so far. And Mac Wilson. All right, we got a Viking. We'll do slow roll the back. Hopefully this is something. Be cool if it was something Viking related, but I guess we'll always take Kyler Murray auto. Number 180, Oklahoma State. I don't know my draft well enough yet, so we have a Justice Hill, running back. And did he end up with the Pats? I don't remember, but there we go. Got a nice looking chrome auto. I think he ended up with the Pats, if I remember right. But All right, well, there you have it. That was the first box Panini Legacy. As you can see, we've got another one in the background, so stay tuned for that. But as always, thanks for supporting the channel. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we will catch you next time. See ya!